What was Beerus's life like before he became a full-fledged god of destruction? That's what we'll be discussing today. Hello guys, this is 60 Anime. Today we're going to talk about the Dragon Ball Hakai special chapter, which tells the story of Beerus's life before he officially became a god of destruction. But before we begin, please give our video a like so you stay updated on this kind of content. The chapter starts with a scene set 75 million years in the past, during a grand meeting of the gods and angels from all 18 universes. The meeting was presided over by the Grand Priest, who said it was very productive and thanked everyone for attending. But at that moment, one of the gods of destruction felt it was finally the right time to speak up. That god was Terran, and he announced that this might be his last meeting with them all because he was planning to pass on his position as god of destruction to his apprentice Beerus. Then Geroga, the god of destruction from Universe 6, spoke up and mocked the idea. He said something like, "You're really going to make that kid a god of destruction? That's laughable." Beerus was shocked by Geroga's words and was about to respond, but Terran stopped him. Terran explained that while Beerus was still young, he was reliable and would one day become the strongest Hakai Shin, god of destruction. Geroga, however, didn't agree. He insulted Beerus, saying he was just a pitiful child with no potential and that he'd only become a failed god. At this tense moment, the Grand Priest stepped in and warned all the gods to be mindful of their behavior and to not drag Lord Zeno into their petty arguments. He said Lord Zeno was not comfortable with those kinds of interactions. But then, Lord Zeno himself spoke and shockingly said, "Maybe I should just erase you all, along with the universes you belong to." This stunned all the gods and angels. Thankfully, the Grand Priest quickly offered Lord Zeno some advice. He suggested that they should give the gods another chance before erasing them, and pointed out the good work that Terran and Gaza were doing in Universe 7. Lord Zeno responded, "Okay, but can we end this meeting now?" After that, the meeting concluded, and the gods and angels returned to their respective universes. The scene then shifts to Universe 6, specifically to planet Geroga, where Lord Geroga is seen using a powerful Hakai technique to destroy an entire planet. A Kaioshin, Supreme Kai, nearby asks, "What's bothering Lord Geroga?" Geroga responds angrily, "Isn't it obvious that Terran always acts like he's some cool and superior god, like he's above me?" Geroga admitted that he actually wanted Terran's student to attack him. He thought it would be a perfect chance to show Lord Zeno how easily he could defeat him, but Terran always stepped in and ruined the opportunity. Then the angel Vados spoke up. She suggested that maybe it was time for Geroga to finally end his long-standing rivalry with Lord Terran, pointing out that it had already lasted for nearly 25 years. Instead of taking her advice, Geroga ignored her and casually ordered Vados to go fetch him some dragon meat from planet Gaspa. Without hesitation, Vados agreed and left to complete the task. Afterward, Geroga turned to his Kaioshin, Nua, and asked if he also disliked the Kaioshin from Universe 7. Nua replied that it always seemed like Gaza, the Universe 7 Kaioshin, got all the praise no matter what he himself did. Because of that, he was beginning to suspect that Gaza might be doing something shady behind the scenes. That's when Geroga revealed his real plan. He wanted to cause problems in Universe 7. His goal was to ruin Terran's reputation and bring shame to Universe 7. If he succeeded, the other universes who currently admire and envy Universe 7 would just laugh at them instead. Nua, clearly worried, asked how they would do that without getting caught. He warned that if Lord Zeno ever found out, the punishment would be death. Geroga reassured him that they would work in secret. No one must find out. His plan was to plant small traces of evil energy in Universe 7. Over time, that evil would grow and create chaos, eventually leading the universe to destroy itself from the inside. He even said he had already chosen which region to target first. Hearing all of this, Nua was stunned. He asked, "Are you serious about this?" Geroga firmly replied, "Yes, I mean every word." On the other hand, the scene shifts to Universe 7 on planet Terran, where Beerus continues to train, studying both the Hakai technique and combat skills. The two, Beerus and Terran, are engaging in intense sparring, with numerous attacks being exchanged. However, Beerus keeps getting hit easily by Terran's attacks. Lord Terran then speaks and says, "You're way too nervous. Calm yourself and stay composed. If you keep attacking without thinking, you're just wasting your energy." But despite the scolding, Beerus quickly prepares a Hakai attack. Terran is surprised by what Beerus is doing. Within seconds, Beerus launches the attack directly at Terran. However, Terran easily deflects the attack and immediately strikes Beerus in the face, causing him to go flying. At this moment, Whis speaks up and asks, "Is all of this training connected to the recent meeting of the gods, Beerus?" Beerus responds, saying he doesn't like being underestimated by anyone. He says he knows that not only Geroga, but everyone at the meeting looked down on him. Lord Terran then comments, saying he didn't realize Beerus was so weak. Beerus replies again, saying, "What are you talking about? I'm the strongest mortal in this universe." Lord Terran spoke again and said that physically, Beerus may indeed be strong, but mentally or psychologically, he's still very weak. He asked Beerus a question. Imagine if you're in the middle of a fight, and your opponent says things like what Geroga said to you. What would you do? Would you just charge in recklessly without thinking? If you do that, you'll only set yourself up for an easy defeat. Terran continued, "If you really want to become a god of destruction, you can't just be strong physically. Your mind has to be just as strong." Beerus responded and said, "Are you kidding? I can't even use hakai properly unless I'm angry. Anger is what gives me power. It's what allows me to use hakai." But Terran countered, reminding him, "You're forgetting that the hakai you're using now is only an imitation of the real destruction energy. Only a true god of destruction can wield the real thing. That anger you're relying on won't help you control true hakai power." Beerus fired back, saying, "As far as I know, to master hakai, all you have to do is think about destruction. Just focus on wiping things out. That's simple, and anyone can do it." Terran, now more serious, replied, "We've been training for years, and yet you still haven't understood the deeper meaning. Destruction isn't always about emotions like anger. It's about understanding the cycle of the universe, that sometimes things must be destroyed to create something better. That's the essence of a god of destruction's duty." He explained further. A destroyer must maintain balance in the universe. It's not just about rage or power, it's about wisdom and timing. At this point, Beerus got frustrated and abruptly left, saying, "I'm tired of this conversation. I just want to go home." Terran, seeing that Beerus was no longer in the right mindset to continue, said to Whis, "Whis, please escort him back. I know nothing more will come out of today's training."